70 tons of armoured fury charging at you like a raging bull. This is the M1 Abrams, a beast that defies the laws of speed, power, and sheer intimidation. It's been the US Army's premier tank for over 4 decades, fighting in some of the harshest environments on the planet, from the scorching deserts of Iraq to the chaotic urban streets of Baghdad. But what makes this nearly 80-ton colossus not just a steel wall, but also a speed demon that can race at over 40 miles per hour? Today, we're unlocking the secrets behind what makes the Abrams a legend on the battlefield, and why it's a nightmare for anyone who dares to face it. Welcome back to the war. The story of the Abrams begins in the 1970s, when the Cold War was at its peak. The US needed a new tank that could counter Soviet threats. Enter the M1 program, a high-stakes arms race that led to one of the most formidable tanks ever built. When the M1 Abrams finally rolled off the production line in 1980, it was already making waves with its groundbreaking design. The designers were determined to break away from the heavy, slow-moving tanks of the past. They wanted a tank that could outmaneuver as well as outgun its adversaries. The result? A tank that didn't just rely on brute strength, but incorporated cutting-edge electronics, allowing it to lock onto targets with laser precision, even while both it and its targets were on the move. But it wasn't just a tank, it was a statement that said, mess with the US and you'll face the wrath of 120mm smoothbore cannon fire, and the Soviets were definitely paying attention. What makes the Abrams a speed demon despite its massive weight? It all comes down to its engine. No ordinary diesel here. The Abrams packs a 1,500 horsepower gas turbine engine, the same kind of technology used in jet aircraft. This beast can hit 45 miles per hour, outpacing tanks half its size. That's right, 76 tons of American steel cruising like a sports car on steroids. And it's not just about speed. The Abrams can go from 0 to 20 miles per hour in under 7 seconds. That kind of acceleration can mean the difference between life and death in a tank battle, allowing the Abrams to reposition, strike, and disappear before the enemy even knows what hit them. But speed isn't just about going fast. On a battlefield, it's about maneuverability, and the Abrams can pivot on a dime, using a sophisticated hydraulic suspension system that allows it to navigate rugged terrain like it's a Sunday drive. How does it manage that? Well, you want to stick around to find out. What's a tank without armour? The Abrams protection is no ordinary steel. Its composite armour is a cocktail of steel, ceramics, and depleted uranium. This combination makes it one of the most heavily armoured tanks in the world. RPGs, ATGMs, it shrugs them off like pebbles. But here's a little known fact. The Abrams armour isn't just thick, it's adaptive. In high threat environments, additional modular armour can be bolted on to enhance its already formidable defences. This feature was particularly useful in urban combat in Iraq, where the Abrams faced off against insurgents armed with everything from RPGs to IEDs. During the Gulf War, Iraqi T-72s tried their best to crack the Abrams shell, but their shots just bounced off. But here's the real thing, that was just the first generation of the Abrams. Today's versions are even tougher, with improved protection against the latest anti-tank missiles. let's talk firepower. The M1 Abrams is armed with a 120mm M256 smoothbore cannon, capable of firing a range of devastating rounds, from armor-piercing sabot rounds to explosive anti-personnel shells. In a single shot, it can obliterate enemy tanks, bunkers, and just about anything in its path. But it's not just about firepower. The Abrams has an autoloader of sorts. Its highly trained 4-man crew can load rounds so fast it might as well have one. And with a thermal imaging system that turns night into day, it doesn't matter if the enemy is hiding in darkness, the Abrams will find them. But it's not just about the size of the gun that matters, it's the advanced fire control system that makes every shot count, even while moving at full speed. So how accurate is it? Let's just say, if you're in its crosshairs, it's game over, even if you're moving at 40 miles per hour. The Abrams truly earned its legendary status during the Gulf War. In Operation Desert Storm, it proved itself by destroying over 1,000 Iraqi tanks with minimal losses. In one infamous engagement, known as the Battle of 73 Easting, Abrams tanks took on the Iraqi Republican Guard in a brutal sandstorm and won decisively. But the real test came later, in urban environments during the Iraq War. The Abrams faced constant ambushes, IEDs and RPG attacks in the narrow streets of Baghdad, yet thanks to its reactive armour and countermeasures, it survived ambushes that would have destroyed lesser tanks. But that was just the beginning. The Abrams would go on to serve in conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, facing off against guerrilla warfare tactics, yet kept rolling forward, proving that it was not just a Cold War relic, but a modern day war machine, ready for any fight. The world of military technology is always evolving, but the Abrams isn't ready to retire just yet. In fact, it's getting upgraded with the M1A2 SEP V4 variant, featuring improved sensors, AI-assisted targeting and enhanced armour. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a transformation, turning the Abrams into a fully networked battle platform for the 21st century. One of the most exciting upgrades is the integration of a new trophy active protective system, which can detect and shoot down incoming anti-tank missiles before they even get close. It's like giving the Abrams its own shield, game changer on the modern battlefield. With these upgrades, the Abrams will continue to dominate the battlefield for years to come. But here's the question, can it keep up with the next generation of tanks from Russia and China? Stick around to find out. There are plenty of myths about the Abrams. Some say it's invincible, others claim it's too heavy for modern warfare. The truth? The Abrams is a tank designed for all-out war, but adaptable enough to survive in today's unpredictable combat zones. It's not invincible, but it's damn close. And here's one last myth buster. People think its gas turbine engine guzzles fuel like a monster. While it's true that it's thirsty, its mobility and quick strike capability more than make up for it, giving it a tactical edge on the battlefield. So what do you think? Does the M1 Abrams live up to its legendary reputation, or is it a relic in need of replacement? Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.